Good morning, everyone. Good morning, children. It's Thursday, which means it is Science Day. So, I believe that some of you already read my post in the Google Classroom. Yesterday, I posted saying that today we might have slight changes on the learning schedule because we're supposed to enter Unit 6, which is a new chapter on measurement, but today we will learn about subjective questions on Unit 5, plants, because previously we only do objective questions and some of the fill in the blanks questions through quizzes. So I just realized that we haven't do a proper subjective question. So I figure out that maybe today we can do the subjective question together. So this video is about guiding you on how to do the subjective question. So I hope that you have your science workbook in front of you right now, okay? So that we can do it together, we can learn it together. And open page 57, and if you want to have more information, you can open the notes that I have already given you during the past lesson, and also your textbook as well. So shall we start? I hope you already opened your science workbook on page 57. We will do this together today, so if you need to rewind to listen back, okay, so feel free to just rewind. So before we start, I need to brief you on how to answer subjective questions. So first of all, you have to read the instructions before answering, and please pay attention on the marks given. For example, the first question, if you see the first question, at the end of the question the mark is stated. So the marks for question 1 is 1 mark only. So maybe you are wondering why some questions have 1 mark and 2 marks. So 1 mark means your answer doesn't have to be long, so just a short one. For 2 marks means you have to give 2 points on your answers. Okay, so we will learn more about this as we go through the questions together. Let's read the instructions. The diagram below shows a method from plant reproduction technology. So, which method of plant reproduction technology is this picture? Is it tissue culture? Marcotage? It looks like marcotage, right? But it's not marcotage. Okay, so do you still remember the slides that I shared to you regarding bud grafting method in the WhatsApp group and also Google Classroom? If you haven't go through that yet, I suggest you to read the slides after we finish the lesson today. And don't forget to watch the videos as well. I also attach it inside the slide as well. So let's read the first question. What is the plant reproduction technology shown in the diagram above? This is for 1 mark, okay? So your answer should be just short and simple. So, what is the technology shown? Like I said before, it is not marcotage. So the answer is bud grafting method. Why? Because if you look at the picture, part of a plant is being fused to another plant. Then the plant grows. This is different from marcotage because marcotage don't have fusion between 2 plants. Everything is only from the parent plant, and the bud grafting method includes 2 plants because 1 plant is fused to another plant to produce a new a new plant with good breed. So let's move on to the second question. Second question. How many plants are involved in the reproduction technology for the method above? So I just mentioned it just now. Bud grafting needs two plants to fuse with each other to produce a new plant with good breed. So the answer is two plants. And why I only write two plants? Because the mark here stated is only one mark. So you don't have to explain it like two plants are involved in the reproduction technology for the method above. Like you can answer it like that, but then it will just like if in exams, okay, if later, who knows, next year, okay, or after we come back to school we have like simple quiz like that. So it won't take much of your time when you just answer these short and simple answers for 1 mark question. Now let's read C. Give one example of a plant that can be reproduced through the method. So what was the method again? The method is bud grafting method. So if you already read the slides on bud grafting method, you will know the answer. Okay, so if you can see the mark there, it only gives 1 mark. So means you only have to give one example of a plant that reproduce through bud grafting method. To be honest, the examples are just the same as the examples for Mark Cottage. The difference is that only the way they execute the method. So basically the examples of plants is just the same as Mark Cottage. So the answer is I only give 2. So if you have other examples, you can write here. If you don't want to write durian or rambutan, then you can write others. Okay, maybe you want to write mango. Okay, mango also can. And then yeah, the other plants also can, but I choose durian or rambutan here. So you don't have to write like durian slash rambutan. No, only write one. Okay, because the mark is that there. Only one mark. So now let's proceed to question D. State the advantage of the method shown in the above diagram. So what is the advantage? I also mentioned this earlier before. Bud grafting method can produce single tree with variety good features from another tree. So if you can explain this in other sentences, you may. It's better if you can use your own words because that means you understand the topic well. So basically, people use bud grafting method because they want to produce a single tree that have good features or good breed from another trees. We are done with page 57, so now let us move to page 58. Dear children, are you still with me? Are you still okay? Don't worry, we are almost done for the day. Almost there, we are almost there. So let's read. The diagram below shows a tapioca plant. Okay, so what is a tapioca plant? Do you know what is tapioca? In Malay, tapioca plant is ubi. Okay, ubi. And then for Chinese is mushufen. And for those of you that maybe you want to search a picture on tapioca plant, feel free to search for the picture on Google after the lesson ends. Okay, so let us read the question. A1. How does the plant reproduce? Okay, if you refer to the if you refer to the slide that I gave you before, okay, for Unit 5, Plants, Part 1, on ways of reproduction in plant. So this tapioca plant reproduce through stem cuttings, the same as sugarcane and hibiscus. Okay, okay, so I literally just gave the answer for the second one. Okay, so the second one, give an example of another plant that is reproduced through the same way as stated in A1. Okay, so I just mentioned this now. It is sugarcane or hibiscus. Actually, if you see here, stem cutting, they cut the stem. Sugarcane also do the same thing. Hibiscus also. Stem cutting is actually, roses also do stem cutting, for your information lah. Okay, roses also. Question B, state the importance of plant reproduction. My answer here is provide food source for human and animals. Okay, so if you see the mark here, it only stated one mark, so only one answer. But you don't have to have the same answer like me, because we have learned 4 main importance of plant reproduction, right? So if you just write either one of the answers, you are still correct. Okay? Okay, we are almost done here. Okay, so this is the last question. Explain briefly how a banana plant is reproduced through tissue culture method. So my answer here is banana trees are cleaned and cut into small pieces, then added to nutrients. When the bud begins to grow, they are left to grow in planting containers before planted in soil. So if you see here, I gave 2 points because this question stated 2 marks. So for this question, actually, the answers can also vary as long as the steps in tissue culture is explained well using your own words. So it doesn't have to, like, you have to follow exactly what I write here. So if you have your own explanation but the meaning is still there, then you are still correct. Okay? Okay, so finally we are done for today. Today's lesson is a bit shorter than before, right? But the main point here is that I want to do the question together with you. So I really hope that through this video you actually can learn much more, and you actually can feel the interaction between me and you. So the next class will also be like this also, for because this is chapter 5, so we'll be doing chapter 4 for next week. Okay, next week we'll be doing chapter 4. So for today we don't have quizzes. So children, don't forget to read your slides, the one that I told you about bud grafting method, if you haven't read it yet, because you might have difficulty in understanding while doing the exercise today, because the question is about bud grafting method. So I guess this is where we end. So I'll see you in the next class, next video. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Bye, children.